welcome back to my channel. Okay. Today I'm going to show you the vertical drag of this bottom sheet, I would say. And yeah, so let's start with the bottom sheet drag. So this is our previously running part. When I click on this, it goes up. When I click on again on this, it comes down. Okay, so I will be starting with this now. First of all, let us change the color. Earlier, you might have seen that I told that this is not, this curve is not visible. The main reason for this being is, let me, okay, yeah, let me just format the file. Okay, so I am in my scaffold now. Scaffold by default has some background color, but I want a color that is like 0x, sorry, 0 0x ff okay. So suppose this is my background color. Let me run the app now. Okay, now can you see this curve edge, right? And so my app bar had a curve, but it was not visible because the background color was white and this color was also white, so it got merged into that. Now when I change the color of this thing from teal to this color, it will merge with this and this type of effect will come. Okay, and it is very simple. Whatever color this container bottom sheet has, the same color you should apply to your scaffold. Okay, the same color I will copy. I will just copy the color and I will add to my this container which has teal color. So I will replace this one, right? I by mistake I did not copy it, so I am copying it and now I am pasting it. And let's run and see the difference. Okay, it got merged perfectly. Now one thing we can do, I think this is too much of space again, so we can make it as 90 and let's start our vertical drag from there on. Fine. Okay, this looks good. Now if I click on this, fine, that's fine, and this can be done to 75. I'm just finalizing the values and then we will start with the vertical drag. Fine, this looks good. Okay, and also we can minimize the duration. So coming back to gesture detector, let's add two things: vertical drag update and vertical drag end. So we will need these two methods. We will create handle vertical update and we will create handle vertical end. Fine, let's create two methods. Handle vertical update, okay, handle vertical end, right? Okay, so you can see error, right? So this error says that this method is not taking actually this method is not taking anything as a parameter, but it is a requirement that it takes drag update details as its parameter. So you need to just add drag update details here and name it something. Okay, you can just sorry for the noise, guys. It's a daytime here, so just the error has gone for this thing. Now we have to remove the error for this part also. So what does it say? It says drag and details, so just you need to add drag and details. I will tell you what is the need of these two methods and only why these two methods are needed. See, we are only doing vertical drag up and vertical drag down, so that's why we need only two things. Why we need end? See, update will get the callback whenever there is a vertical up drag and vertical down drag. But what is the need of this end? So I have thought of this like this. See, what is the range of initial value? Means the collapsed value and the expanded value. The range is very easy, 0.90 to 0.75. Okay, so what happens when the value is, means I have dragged only till here? Should it come down or should it go up? I believe if my I have dragged to the middle of this range, suppose 82.5 in this case. So if it is more than 82.5, it should be dragged up. If it is less than 82.5, it should come back down. Okay, so this is my threshold basically. I can simply, I can also create a variable for that threshold. My threshold height, might be this way, and this will be nothing but collapsed height plus expanded height divided by 2. Yeah, so it's just an middle point of these two. I guess this is the correct point here. Only static members. Okay, never mind, it's not needed actually. I will tell you why. Okay, it's not needed. So let's come back to this. Let me explain you what this update details print. Okay, so let's add print update and try to print the variables inside this, the properties of update details. Okay, so update details dot, let's start with global position, right? I want to make sure that you understand what is the change in the value whenever we drag up. Okay, so I am dragging up from this point to this point and see the values. So we are not considered about x because it's a vertical drag. We are considered about y position. Okay, so for your simplicity I should only print dy, so it only prints the vertical change in the position. Okay, now if I drag, see the changes. So I started with 680 something, then I went up 672, then 665, then 658, and so on. Now we don't need exactly this thing, we need the difference. Means we need 8, we need 0, we need 72 minus 65, 7 here. So just in front of this I will also print update details dot my delta and dy. I will explain what was primary delta also. Okay, that is very beautiful part of this thing. Okay, now if I'm dragging, see the value, it is started from 678. Okay, then minus 27.5 delta change was there, and it was from the previous position. Then there was no change, so 678.5 minus 0 is again 678.5, then 678.5 minus 7 is 671.5. So this is our change, right? We need this value 0.27.5 minus 7 minus 7.5, like these values we need. Now what was primary delta? See, primary delta first of all is a double value, and delta was the offset. So whenever this primary delta is considered, it actually is a delta is a change in the value of your vertical position, because we are handling vertical update. I am explaining this because I have read it inside this. See, if primary delta is non-null, then its value must match one of the coordinates of delta. It's basically saying that if it is a vertical drag, my primary delta is equal to delta delta dot dy. If it is a horizontal drag, my primary delta is equals to delta dot dx. Okay, so why I can also prove it, because now if I print update details dot delta dot dy, these both the values are same. These both the values will be same. Okay, let me just run it and tell you. So if I'm dragging, see this, minus 7.5 minus 7.5 minus 8.5 minus 8, like this it is. Okay, so we can just take one value, primary delta, fine, and we don't need global position also. So this we have got. Okay, now what you want to do with this value, you have to calculate that this 26.5 value is what fraction of this screen. Why? Suppose there is a change from this position to this position of 0.26, right? So what it is fraction of this screen, right? So you need to have a screen height. How you can get the screen height? You go to your scaffold, create a variable screen height. Okay, and you have to actually create the variable here, initialize the value with this thing, media query dot something like this, and then what you can do is you just create a variable inside our vertical update, double fraction moved, just so, or fraction dragged we can say, or fraction changed, anything we can say. Now what you have to do, you have to divide this update details dot primary delta divide by screen height, and let's just print this. Okay, so fraction dragged, right? Let's print it. Fine. Now I am dragging a little bit, and what happens? It is something 0.027. So 24.5 divided by, actually the screen height is 896. So let me open the calculator. 24.5 divided by 896. What is it? What it is? 0.027, and it is the same value. Since it's minus sign, so minus sign has been coming here. Okay. Now what we have to do with this fraction dragged? Okay. So when we click on this, what happens? Controller dot value changes from 1 to 0 to 1, right? So let's print our controller value. Initially what the value will be? It will be 0, right? When I'm dragging, it is 0 continuously, 0 0 0 and everywhere 0. We need to change this value. How you will change this value? So you need to just assign some value to it. What the value will be when you are dragging up. So suppose controller dot value is 0 now. If you're dragging little bit up, you have to, it is going from 0 to 1, it should go to 0 to 1. So it should be subtracted from, means the fraction dragged should be subtracted from, okay, let me make it very simple now. Suppose the fraction dragged value is 0.25, means this value is 0.25. You need to actually add this value to controller dot value. Suppose controller dot value is 0, you add 0.226 to this, so it moves a little bit up, and that's why we are adding a minus sign here, because whenever we drag up, the fraction dragged value is in minus, and that's why we are doing this thing. Whenever we drag down, it is coming from 1 to 0. Controller dot value is coming from 1 to 0, so 1 minus the positive value, and that's why the controller dot value will come down. If you're not understanding it, should I put it in a Excel or something? I really don't know. Let me write in this way now. So okay, fine. How should I put this in? So values are not there, that's it. So my controller dot value is 0, and my fraction dragged is minus 2, suppose, and it's a up drag. Okay, so then I have to make this controller dot value as minus 2, and there will be another drag of minus 1. Okay, not like this. I have to make this as, okay, got it. So 0.2, and this is 0.2 now, and again I have 0.1, so this is again up drag. Now let me explain you. My initial value of controller dot value is 0. When I drag up by some fraction, I want to move it to 1, so I want to do 0 minus of this fraction, so that this value becomes 0.2. This controller dot value becomes 0.2 in my next iteration, and when it becomes 0.2, it actually moves from 0 to 0.2. The controller dot value becomes 0.2, so it has moved 20% up, means the controller value has moved 20% towards its forward direction, towards 1. Okay, and that's what we want to do now. So this will work. One more thing. Okay, let it be. I'm just running it now. Let's see the output. And how this will update the things. I am not using set state, nothing used. So why it will work? Because this controller is passed into this animated builder, and because of this thing, it will the animated builder will build itself again whenever there is a change in the controller value. Okay, so now I am going to run it, and if I drag, can you see this? If I'm dragging, it's going up, but the drag value is very small. So what I will do, I will multiply it by 5, so that it actually emulates whatever I am dragging. Okay, see this, now it looks good. Yeah, and when I drag down, it looks nice. So this is my drag. It's not a click. If I'm not able to see it, I will, you can run this code and check it. Now tell me one thing. I come down, complete. If I drag till here, it stays still here, but we need to make it move up. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to check in the vertical drag end if my controller dot value is greater than equals to 0.5. It means my controller.value is now more than the collapse state, and it's more than the half of the collapse state. Okay, so this value has moved half, and that's why I want to, controller dot filling. You can do with the same velocity it will go, and you can do this, or you can just make it as forward. So forward dot forward, and else if controller is, if it's below my threshold, so it will come down. So I will tell you how it works. Before that, let me just print the controller dot value, so that we know what is the controller value and how it is working. Controller dot value, right? Okay, let me run it again. Now if I'm dragging, see this, what is my controller value? It is 0.29. So where it should go? It should go up or it should go down? It should go down, because it is less than 0.5. Now if I move it a little bit further, it has crossed 0.54. Now it should go up, right? So this is what I want. See this thing, it's actually good thing. Okay, so this is done. One more thing I wanted to explain, a fling thing. Fling, actually, so fling is nothing but, if you don't want to use forward, you can use fling. Now velocity, if velocity is something in plus, so it moves forward. If velocity is in reverse, in minus, it moves down. Okay, similarly we can search for wherever we have done this, controller dot forward something. Okay, we have done here. So similar thing we can do, fling. It is near about same thing, not much difference maybe, but you can use this thing. Okay, I will read the difference. I actually don't know exact difference, that's why I am not able to explain you that, but maybe next time I can explain you that. So now see this, it's working. I have actually run it again, hot restart, and dragging it goes up, dragging down, it goes down, right? So this is the thing. So now we will start with our page view. I have to add some page view here, and near about anything new animation I will be explaining you. Okay, so I am here inside my fractionally sized box, which is this image. I want to replace this image with I would say with a widget. So profile page view, that's it. Okay, now let's create a custom profile widget. Profile, so profile page view, or what the name is, profile page view. Sorry for the noise, guys, again, it's a daytime. Okay, I will start with a stateful animation controller, and then profile page view, right? We need animations here, that's why I have taken animation controller. Where we need, you will come to know soon. So what is this image? I can simply go and do this and it will work fine. Let's just use this way, right? It should work. Yes, it is working, no problems with that. So let's work on this now. First of all, we cut it down. Take a, I would say, page view, and page view dot builder. Now you need item builder for this. So my item builder, okay, it is context and int, so it takes context and the index. Then you need to return some widget, right? We will do it. Let's do, fine. Just before doing that, let me copy the other two images and the profile model I have to create. So let me create it here, profile, that's it, and let me move it to a new folder, which will be my model. So moving it here, right? Fine. So now let me add the content to it, and let me add the two more images. So this is my okay, so this is my profiles model. So it has a name, it has image path, it has a country, city, followers, post, following. It is all taken from this, right? The data is different. There is a constructor, and there are 3 profiles in the profiles list, right? First one has profile 1.jpg, profile 2.jpg, profile 3.jpg, and the remaining stuff and all. So now okay, inside this page builder, I should directly, oh sorry, I missed that. So we need to create a stack, or let me just do that image.asset. So my name will be profiles, and the index, right? And then it will be fit, what the error is, oh right, so it's image path. And also I have copied these 2 images, so this is my profile 2 and this is profile 3 and this is profile 1. Okay, so all these profiles will be there. Now let me go to my image path here, and fit will be my box fit, I guess, box fit dot contain, or it was cover, I don't know. It is, let us check what it is. And my color was colors dot black, and color blend mode is colors, okay, color blend mode dot hue, something like that. What is that, how we will call this? It is a blend mode, okay. So blend mode dot hue, right? Yeah, so it should look fine now. But before this we need to also add some more things. So what is my item count? My item count is nothing but profiles dot length, right? What is my controller? So I have to define a controller here. My controller should be fixed one, so page controller, final page controller equals to page controller, and my initial page is 0. That's it, that should do. So we will use this page controller now. So it is widget dot underscore page controller. Then I should have page snapping to true, and on page change something should happen. What should happen? Well, you will come to know. So right now we can make it as null, and scroll direction is my horizontal direction, right? I think it should work. Let's see. Okay, we have 3. Okay, fine, no problems. So this is contain, it should be cover, I guess. Okay, it's working. Now I move it. I don't have a second image. Why? Okay, since I added these 2 images and I did not run my pubspec dot packages get, flutter packages get, that's why this error is there. It is not able to find, sorry, so it says that it is not able to find this image, right? So what we can do is, see, it says unable to load asset, because we have not run the flutter packages get. So we just need to write either flutter packages get or upgrade. In my, I think it should be upgrade now, because already we just want to update the the repository and everything. So it has run now, and let's run it from hot restart. Okay, now for the first image, oh, again the same, again it is showing issues. So let's run flutter packages. Was the same issue? Yeah, it was same. Okay, let's run it again, or then again we will start the app completely. We will not do hot reload, we will start the app. Okay, so now we have to go with our complete restart. Okay, let's see when it works. We are good here now. We have to, I will show you what, till the time it is running. Let me show you that this text will be white in color in future, right? So we have to and image can be white also, so this color won't be visible. So you need to add a gradient on top of this. Meanwhile the app is running now. Let me check. Yeah, nice, fine. So it can happen that text will come here and this white will merge with that text color. So we should it should be best practice to wrap it inside a stack and introduce children. So my first child will be this image, okay, and my second child will be nothing but a decorated box, okay, which will have a decoration. Again it's a box decoration, and this box decoration has a gradient. I will take a linear gradient in this case. So what are my colors inside my linear gradient? My colors are nothing but colors dot black. Okay, it's a list, so it's colors dot black, colors dot white, and I think again I have to write colors dot black here. And what is my alignment? So my beginning is alignment from, means I can say that it is starting from bottom center and ending to top center, right? And yeah, this should be fine, I think. Let me run it and you will see a slight gradient on top of it. No, you didn't see. Just before this, first of all, let me add yeah, let us see where is this decorated box in the Flutter inspector. I want to see where it is. So it is, oh, it has nothing. So you have to use stack fit dot expand, and let's see where it is now. Okay, so it is on top of it, and our image is completely gone, which is very weird. Okay, so this is my fine. So where is my image now? Image is also there, decorated box is also there. So I think it has to have some opacity now, with opacity 0.5, and white can be like that. No, you have to have opacity everywhere, 0.5, and here as well. I think this is not needed. Let me just see what happens. So my both the color, okay. So what is happening is, see, it starts from black, it goes to white. So you need to have the third color as well. Colors dot with black with opacity 0.2 this time, because it's too much now, right? So I'm changing the opacity, and what we can do is we can define it here itself. Double opacity equals to 0.02, and we can use this everywhere. So we need not to we need not to remember what is the value. We have assigned it in a variable, right? So fine, now let me run it and it should work fine. Okay, so here is a black, here is a white, and here is a black, right? Let me show you once more. Also it should be final. So I'm restarting. So this is how it looks, but we need to have 0.2 here, and this is the way it will look good now, right? It looks pretty good for all the images. The gradient is applied, and yeah, it is okay. Some text will be shown now. So now we need to add some three things here. So what we can do is, if this is in a stack and these are three children, I should be having one more thing here, which is a position widget, right? And which has okay, bottom as 20. What I'm doing, I want to place these three small things from aligning from bottom, left and right, somewhere on the stack, right? So left is 20 again, so that it takes some padding, and then I will have a child. Now this child will be my another widget, which will be okay, it's a stateless widget, which will be profile details, just like that. And then you can have a row children, and let me just copy the code because it's not actually important for this part of the video. Okay, so to execute this thing, what is it? It's a 2-line item. if I create a common widget, I have one problem here, that the alignment here, see, I will put these two in a column, but alignment is different for this, and for this. It is a start for this, center for this, and end for this. So I created a widget which takes first text and the second text and then the cross-axis alignment, and this perfectly works. I just assign first text here, second text in the second text, and cross-axis alignment is whatever is passed from there. Now I have to use this thing. I inside this row I created 3 2-line items. So I have assigned cross axis alignment, second text, and the first text. So for following, it is like you need to have a index also here. So profile details index should be there, this dot index, yeah, and we need to have final end index, so that when we put here, we use profile details, we pass in the index. So whenever there is a page change, this controller it will build, and this position widget will have profile details. It will build according to the index. So for the first, it will be like index here. This is for the all for the first, right? This should work. So did you understand this? Two-line item. Two-line item is a widget that I created. It's in the commons folder, which actually takes in first text, second text, and the alignment. Okay, and here first alignment is start for the following thing. See this following has a followers, sorry. Okay, I just, you can change it, no problems in that. You can remove it from here, put it here, and like this. So it is a start and end, right? I think you understood this. Following is in the right side, so it has end cross-axis alignment. Okay, so now I should run it. Let me format it. Fine. There is no data. Why? There is no data. Okay. Oh, it's inside the scaffold. We have to remove this. Yeah, we need to remove this. Okay. Okay, both the things have gone. Now this row, what you need to do? First of all, bottom you have to give 40 so that it comes a little bit up. Okay, more than that should work fine, right? Or maybe 50 will work fine. And also main axis alignment, you can do main axis alignment dot space between, and main axis size can be max, and now it should work. Yeah, it looks perfectly fine. Now what we need to do, are you seeing this type of animation? Whenever you change the profile, it goes down and comes up, right? So we need to do this, and this is very important animation. First of all, it is coming with this, and this is wrong way. It should not come with this. It should stick on the page itself. So we cannot have this thing. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, we cannot have this inside page view.builder. We have to have it outside. So to do that, we have to take it outside. Let's cut it and let this page view.builder end itself, and wrap this page view.builder inside a stack, so that what will happen, let me just correct it. What will happen is this profile page view.builder will be inside it, and on top of this will be there, so that we can take it down and animate it up whenever there is a page change. Okay, now what is happening is it is coming with the page itself. It should not be like that, right? So sorry guys for the background noise. I'm cutting it here, and this is the way to do it, right? Okay, so this index, now this is a problem. index is inside this, and I have to access it outside. So this will create the issues. What you can do here is, okay, let me, why it is doing like this? Let me just, it actually wraps, maybe one or some comma I can add somewhere. Somewhere I have to add a comma so that it formats like, yeah, fine. Okay, what you can do, remember on page changed, so you can have something here. Okay, yeah, it has an index. So have a variable int current index equals to 0, which is your page controller, same way. Now change the current index to index, right, and use it here. But will it do? No, this page changed will not work until and unless we put it inside set state, because it won't build the widget itself. It means current index will change, but this whole widget will not build. To build it again, we need to use set state, right? And now if we see the output, let me check. Fine. So this is the values, and if I swipe, see the value change. See the value change, right? So this is the thing that I wanted to do. Now let's bring it down and take it up whenever there is a page change. So here comes a beautiful thing which is called TweenSequence. You know what you can do here? You can define two tweens here, and TweenSequence will run them one after another. And you can also give for how much time. Suppose your controller has a duration of, constant duration. It has, suppose, 500 milliseconds. Now you can give a weight to a TweenSequence item, which is one tween in TweenSequence. Okay, suppose I have two animations running one after another. So first one will take some time, second one will take the some time, right? Out of 500, if I give a weight to a TweenSequence item, it will be taking that much percentage of time out of 500. Suppose I have given 40 weight, so 40 into 500 milliseconds, and 40 by 100 into 500 milliseconds. So it will take 200 milliseconds to execute that first animation. Then the remaining time we can assign to different one, right? So here what we will do, when the page changes there, we will first initially move it down, then move it up. So, and we will be using here slide animation and fade animation. So let me just explain you how it will happen. Okay, so first we start with first animation, and this is a very important part in this video. At least you have to do something here. Slide animation equals to a TweenSequence, right? TweenSequence takes a list. See, TweenSequence takes a list inside it. Okay, and why it is showing error? Because it's an animation and this is a TweenSequence. So the same thing which we do with tween, we have to do with TweenSequence. We have to give a controller here. Now it's fine. So this TweenSequence takes in a list of TweenSequence items of some type. Okay, so create the first one, TweenSequence item of offset type, right, and define it. So my begin, yeah, so my begin should be something. Oh, tween is required. Oh, sorry. Now we have to give two TweenSequence items. Okay, and weightage of that, the first one will be what let me explain to what I'm trying to do. Right now the position of this widget, complete widget, is, I would say, 0 0. I will make it 0 1, and then I will make it 1 0. Okay, this I want to do. While making it 0 to 1, I will do it very quickly. I am giving weight as 10, so it is 10% of my whole time. While reverting back, I will be giving 90. Then you decide the tween, what you have to do. So you write here tween, okay, and then begin offset. Obviously we are changing the y value, so we will keep 0 for the x. Now what is my initial value? It is 0 0. What is my end value? It is offset 0 comma 1, so that for 10th part of 500 milliseconds it will go down, and just after completing that, okay, just after completing that, it will come back from 0 comma 1 to 0 0, which is its real position. And yeah, that's it, man. That's it. We have done. I think I've explained it very well to you guys. Let's see how we can use this slide animation. Did you understand it? Again, I will be repeating the sentence. It's a sequence of two animations. First animation will run for 10 by 100 into 500 milliseconds, which is nothing but 50 milliseconds. And for the remaining 450 milliseconds, it will run for these values. For 10 milliseconds, it will go down. 50 milliseconds, it will go down. And for 450 milliseconds, it will come up. Okay, and this all will happen inside 500 milliseconds. So I'm taking this slide animation. If you remember from my previous videos, you can do this thing. You go into profile details, wrap this row inside a slide transition. And if you're not aware of what is this slide transition, let me tell you that whenever there is a change in the position, it does with a animation. Okay, it doesn't do it just in a fraction of a second, but it animates from one position to another position. What is the position? Nothing but the slide, and also it takes animation value, right? And we have just like the same thing here. For this, what we need to do is we need to pass these two this animation also here, this dot slide animation, because it's a different widget, and that's why we need to pass. And anyways, you can do it with, you know, I would say inherited widget, but right now I only want to explain you how sequence this TweenSequence works. Okay, so we have to pass in the slide animation as well. Slide, okay, so it is slide animation, oh, sorry, right? And that's it, we are running now. Fine. Now if I drag left, oh, it doesn't happen. Oh my god, why? Okay, let me check. Might be it has to be inside. No, let me check what is happening. Maybe these values are different. Let me check. Yeah, very weird, you know. You are not running the controller itself, so how this slide animation value will change? What? WTF. Okay, so controller dot forward. Okay, and before that we have to also do controller dot reset. Why reset? We want to start for means if I do it for 1, my controllers are already in forward direction, right? So I want to make sure that it starts from 0 again, right? That's why I'm running it again, and now let's see the difference. See, it went down, it came up, right? Beautiful. Yes. And if I change the duration, you know, you won't see it completely. It will be very quick that you won't believe it is happening so nicely. Now one more thing, you know, whenever I like to do something with slide animation, I always prefer that there has to be some fading effect also. Why? Because when the thing is coming to visibility, it should come with some change in the opacity. So I am creating another tween sequence. This will give you a better or a more strong understanding of the things, you know. So this will give you more better understanding of the things we have done with the offset. Now we are going to do with the color value. So tween sequence item, and this will have not sorry, fade value. So this will have just an int value or maybe double, yeah. And then we can duplicate this, we can give weight to it. So weight will be again 10 for this and 90 for this. Then my tween, which will exactly change the values, will be initially it's 1. So for 10 seconds it will try to vanish. Sorry, 10th part of the duration it will try to vanish. Sorry, some changes, some comma, some here and there, right? Okay, so we'll add a tween here with after comma. So for first 50 milli for first 10th part of the duration, it will go from 1 to 0, which is it will be visible and then going to an invisible state. Then from that state it will start to get visible for 90th part of the duration. And again, this fade animation, if you have seen my previous video, my messaging app, maybe it was in the part 2 or part 3, you should be aware of what is another thing which is called as fade transition. And this also does the same thing. It has to have a value of opacity which has a type of animation with a double value. So you just need to give fade animation here. And since this widget is inside, is a outside widget, fade animation is not visible here, so we need to pass in from top, right? Here. So this is my fade animation and this is fade animation. So this is it. Okay, fine. So this is the thing. Now you will see it quickly. Yeah. Did you see some opacity? I believe you can. So guys, this is the end of the video. I have explained you two things in this video, which is vertical drag, right? And it happens perfectly, you know? It's a vertical drag. See, it works. Should I show you in Android? Yeah, I should show you Android because both Android and iOS, and it should work in Android as well. I should show you that. So give me some time. Before that, let me just summarize what I have explained you in overall this video. So we added a vertical drag, we added a page view, and then we added TweenSequence items. Because of that, we were able to take it down and take it up. Okay, and also we have shown the curve here, which was already added yesterday, but it was not shown because of the background color. Now for the remaining part, I am not going to show you this thing. It's same. Whenever you change this, you know, you can do this. I don't think you see this also changes like the same way it also changes. So you can do this. My main part to show you, my main motive to take this example was to show you the vertical drag, to show you the sequence items, and to show you something page view, and also I would say that the first part, which was more important, which was responsive UI, you know. So that was more important, and I showcased you that. I believe you are now able to make you know more responsive UIs, and yeah, you can take a lot out of it. Yeah, see, this works. This is the page controller change, and this is the drag, you know. See this? Okay. See, this is the emulator. I am also recording, so there is definitely a frame missing here, but see, it works. I am dragging it, okay, right, and I am doing this also. right? So guys, this is the end of the video. Thanks. One more thing I want to say, thank you for subscribing to my channel if you have subscribed already. And also it's a lot of very good support from your side. I am getting good responses, and it motivates me more to create good videos for you in future. Thank you.